Hello everyone, most welcome again to my YouTube channel. As usual, our pair gold is the pair that we normally trade. Happy New Year for all those who have just joined my channel and all those my subscribers. I wish you all the best in this new year. Might be a year of freedom, financial freedom for you guys. Well, for today, as usual, I'll start by installing our holy grail, that is BBMA. Firstly is we add Bollinger Bands, default settings, and then we add another moving average. I'll start with exponential. These are the settings, the EMA 50, and then I will add another MA5, but this time round I'll change the method to a linear white, okay, and then I put it to low, all right, and then I also change the color to this, okay, and then I save, all right, and then I also add another moving average. That is this time round I'll only change the period to 10, and then I save that, and then I add another moving average. This time round I'm going to put linear weight still, but then I'm going to apply it to high, and then I change this color to that one, okay, and then also add another last one. This time around I'll only change the period, and this is how beautiful our thing looks like, okay. This is BBMA chart, okay. So without wasting time, I will start with reviewing last week, okay. Well, from the monthly we can see gold has been bullish, okay, has been continuously making momentum after momentum. Even last week we had a bullish candle. This is, if I may mark, this candle is the what? This candle marks last week. This is how last week went, okay. This is how last week went. So we shall review that week for this video, and then we see what we should expect in the coming week. And for those who don't really understand what I'm doing here, I would encourage you guys to go back to my videos. I have taught a little bit of hints on how to use this indicator, and then you can come back and watch this, okay. Here I will only do analysis, all right, back test and analysis. We're going to test what opportunities did we have in the previous week, okay, because if you will notice, earlier before that that last week we had that is what we call CSA, okay, CSA, or someone can call it CSAK depending on how you easily understand it, but this is CSA, okay. So CSA, this was a bullish sign, or the sign for strength of the bulls, okay. Even if we went down to lower time frames, you can see that price was actually making momentum for the last week, okay, where we had a entry here, and it again made another momentum, and we also had a entry here, and then it continued with the momentum. Now this is now the previous week, okay. That's when we entered the previous week. In other words, we entered the previous week starting from this point, okay. So I'll remove this one. So you can see that before last week closed, okay, before the last week closed, we had obtained momentum on the daily time frame. Okay, we had obtained momentum whereby the bullish candle closed outside of the upper Bollinger Band. Okay, and whenever we have such a signal, we always expect an entry. Okay, so our goal or our aim was to wait at this re-entry, to wait for price to come, and then we expect it to again make more momentum like that. Okay, like how it did. You get, like how it did. It again made momentum. That means now that even for this coming week, okay, our aim or goal should be to wait for price to come at the re-entry. Okay, so that when it comes back to the re-entry, we again do the same thing as how we're going to be seeing right here. Okay, right here. Okay, so let us find out what happened when price came to the re-entry, because that was on Monday. All right, that's when the market was opening. So on Monday, if we slope down to H4, so here what we are doing basically is top-down analysis. Okay, this is top-down analysis, whereby we follow the price story right from the higher time frames to the lower time frames to understand what exactly is taking place in the market. Okay, so as we said, that whenever we have a momentum, okay, so this momentum was formed on the week before the last one. This is when the momentum was formed. Okay, and then remember, as I told you guys, don't forget, we agreed that whenever we have momentum, we should have a re-entry. Okay, and we said that price can never go to a daily re-entry. Okay, price can never go, because now here we had momentum. All right, this was H4. Okay, that meant that we are supposed, or we are expecting a re-entry at H4. All right, and we said, guys, in the previous videos, we said that price cannot go for a weekly re-entry before the H4 re-entry or the lower time frame re-entry filing. You get, because now here we had momentum, we're expecting a re-entry at this point, and our expectations were that price again makes another momentum and then it comes for a re-entry like that to continue up. All right, but then what happened here? When price made momentum, it came back to the H4 re-entry. Okay, so at the H4 re-entry, if we may go down to lower time frames, okay, let us first filter out to understand the story when price came at the H4 entry, which is in light green. Okay, so when price came at the H4 entry, if we slope down to time frame 2, what happened here? Price came and made advanced extreme. This is a setup also. It is a setup which I'm going to teach in the future time frame, but for now we can take this one as an extreme. All right, this is an extreme, advanced extreme, as I showed you guys in the previous video. This is an advanced extreme. So that means now if H4 is our time frame 1, because we had the momentum on H4, and now we are having an extreme on time frame 2, that is already RRE. Okay, so now we move down to another lower time frame, that is the third time frame, that is M15, to see if we had advanced extreme on H1, how about in the lower time frame? So it is very clear, except if I could change the color of this one so that we can see very well. Okay, so that we can see very well. So we can observe that price came and made extreme right here. Okay, it made extreme but with momentum. Now whenever price makes extreme with momentum, because now you can clearly see that price here broke outside and closed outside of the lower bands, right? But at the same time price was making an extreme. Now from my observations and experience of the market, whenever such a thing happens, well, it has a lot of meanings, but for now you can take it that whenever you see something like that, right, expect MHV. All right, MHV, because now you can see price came back in right here. Okay, retested this and came and made MHV and then continued to go up. All right, in other words, this was a code it was a code time frame 1 we had re-entry, time frame 2 we had an advanced extreme, and time frame 3 we had an extreme TP wajib and then MHV, and then now price came and continued up. All right, now you will observe that on H4, if we switch to H4, price really did not move that much. You get, price did not move, it did not make new momentum in short, but then it reached our TP1. Remember guys, I told you that always this is TP1. all right, you could use previous high, or if you want to stick to BBMA rules, this is the mahi for this case is the TP1. all right, it's just like TP wajib. You get, just like how we took a profit here on malo. Likewise, if we buy on low, we are expected to take profits high. Okay, you know that rule guys, you buy low and you sell high. Okay, now the moment price tapped our first TP, immediately price came back and made it actually now changed direction. If you can see here, it closed outside of the malo. This is the first sign that price now, or the sellers are actually entering the market, are taking over. So the moment we see a H4 fail, what do we expect guys? That means price is looking for a higher time frame re-entry, which is the daily re-entry. Okay, this is the daily re-entry that price was looking for. Okay, so on Monday, that is where we opened. That is where we opened with the entry right here. So in short, after the H4 failed, price came for daily re-entry. Okay, so it is at the daily re-entry now. This time round, you see now it is at daily re-entry. That means now our daily is our time frame 1. Okay, and then we switch to time frame 2, which is H4. We can see that price made a rejection of the mid BB. Okay, made a rejection of the mid BB, and then if we continue to the third time frame, that is time frame 3, what do we see guys? We see extreme. You get? So, and this is what I wanted to, I think just because of the length of the video, I will make a video strictly for a code RRE. Okay, it is a special code. Okay, this is what happened actually, because in time frame 1 we had a re-entry on the daily time frame, but for RRE, we always have the re-entry in time frame 2, but it is always or mostly near mid BB or mid BB rejection. Okay, and this is what actually happened here. You can see that the mid BB got rejected, guys. All right, so and it was also evident also in time frame 1 that after the rejection of the mid BB, we can see an extreme right here. So our goal was to follow up with our time frame 3. Okay, now since we have seen extreme, so what do we expect next? Of course, is price to break the high and continue like that. All right, you feel me? So if you are not sure about the extreme, okay, your goal was to wait only until we receive CSAK in the 3rd time frame. Okay, and now when we receive the CSAK in the 3rd time frame, price, that's when it actually shoot up on a serious note until the end of the week. All right, so in short, if you are on H4, actually, you know, whenever price is trending, this, please note this, whenever price is trending, it tends to respect the lower time frame re-entries. All right, this is actually what is happening here. You can see price was so trending for that last week. Okay, now if you come to that means now we are at liberty to use the re-entries of the 3rd time frame. Okay, and there are higher chances that price is going to respect those re-entries. Okay, because this is what was happening here. I mean, look at this. After price made extreme here, it made CSAK. Remember we're in time frame 3. It made a re-entry. Okay, and then what next? It again made another momentum right here. Okay, and what next, guys? It again came and made a re-entry. So because the price is trending, that is the only reason why it was respecting the lower time frame re-entry, or the re-entry of time frame 3. Okay, guys, please kindly note that in case you're taking notes. It is very important. That is the only case when we normally have time frame 3 re-entries. All right, so price continued repeating the same pattern all through. You can see price makes momentum, it again makes a re-entry. Okay, price again makes another momentum. Okay, it makes another re-entry again. Okay, now we cannot go for a higher time frame re-entry unless the lower time frame has failed. Okay, so you can see here price, after price made a re-entry here, okay, it failed to make new momentum. Okay, so when it has failed to make new momentum, just like what happened in H4, okay, when it first make new momentum and instead it makes the opposite momentum, that means nothing else other than we are going for a higher time frame re-entry. Okay, so that means now after price making this momentum, which is opposite to our initial direction of buy, okay, what happens? Price again made a re-entry, sell, because we are saying that whenever we're having a momentum, we are supposed to have a re-entry. Okay, so this one here changed the direction. That means we are heading in for higher time frame re-entry. Okay, but the higher time frame re-entry, before we went for that re-entry, we had to push up until we reach that re-entry, which is in H4. Okay, so when we push down with this re-entry, instead now price again made another momentum. Okay, now if we monitor H4, okay, this momentum, I think you can see price instead it made a bigger rejection, okay, a rejection, but it did not touch the what, the mid BB. All right, so we again wait, we hold on until we receive a firm confirmation. All right, so as I told you guys that whenever we're having momentum, okay, with the extreme right here, as you can see, we're expecting price to make MHV, right? Because you can see, that's why you're seeing after this price came again to this re-entry, okay, it again came back to the re-entry and again pushed down to make MHV. All right, to make MHV such that then it can react. Now by the time it was making this other MHV, this is when it reached actually the mid BB, okay, to complete the code RRE. Okay, now the moment that was done, because even in H1 we can see, we can observe very well, there was actually here a magic extreme, okay, where both MA 510 low moved outside of the Bollinger Band, okay. And you remember guys what I told you? I remember very well, I told you guys that whenever we're having a magic extreme, we expect something like that, okay, we expect some good momentum, okay. So after we had our magic extreme, that was a confirmation of the code RRE, okay. And then what else guys, what happened? Very simple, it is always the same repetition, because after price made CSAK right here, this is CSAK, after it made CSAK, it came for a re-entry, okay, and the cycle continues just like that guys. So you just have no excuse. I would like to do an analysis for the coming week. However, I feel the video is becoming too long. It is becoming too long. So what I will do, I will leave you guys with this to watch this, because the moment you understand what I've been talking about right here, you will understand how the market moves with BBMA, okay. And with that itself, you will be in position to determine what is upcoming for the coming week, okay. You should be in position to determine for next week. So that means now I may not be able to make the analysis because the video is becoming too long, which I don't like. However, I can give you a glimpse, because now after this re-entry right here, price made a CSA, but it was unable to break or to make new momentum. All right, but instead what it did, it made a CSA sell. All right, now what have we said? We said that whenever we see something like that, we expect price, the moment price disrespects a higher time frame re-entry, we expect price to come for a lower time frame re-entry. That means guys, if I'm to give you a hint for the coming week, that the moment price confirms a code, a given code in this re-entry, okay, you remember the codes I've told you, the most popular ones are REME, there is also RRE, there is REM, and REE. All right, those are the 4 most common codes. All right, so the moment you observe any of that with H4 as your time frame 1, expect price to continue its journey. Why? Because price actually has already made a momentum right here. So that is the reason as to why we are expecting it to respect or give us a confirmation in this re-entry. However guys, if price does not give us a confirmation of any code in that re-entry, that obviously will mean that the H4 will fail. Price cannot rise unless it respects the H4 re-entry, okay? But in case it makes a CSA or a CSA case sale, okay, then we shall expect price to drop for that coming week, or to look on for the daily re-entry. Okay, so that is it, guys. I will only stop here for now. The video is becoming too long. If you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly do like video also and share. I love you all.